The mighty Greek god Zeus was once just a baby that was destined to be eaten by its father, the mighty titan Kronos. You see, before he had Zeus, Kronos was told a prophecy that one of the 6 children he has with his sister Rhea will usurp him. But because incest is life, he still had 6 children with his sister and resolved to eating 5 of them. Why only 5? Because Mother of the Year Rhea stepped up to save her 6th child, Zeus. She hid Zeus in a cave, away from his father's gaze, and Zeus was raised by nymphs, a goat, and the female titan, Metis. Years later, Zeus stepped out of the cave, a made man who had no reason to fear his father any longer, because he figured if his dad is so strong because he did his sister, then their inbred DNA, man, this gotta make Zeus double strong. So with the power of incest on his side, Zeus went to confront his father Kronos and free his siblings, but the goddess Metis, in her infinite wisdom, intervened and told Zeus that even with the power of incest, he is no match for Kronos in a direct confrontation. So instead, they came up with a plan, poisoned wine, that will make the mighty titan Kronos throw up all of his immortal children that are still alive and trapped in his belly. And to that, Zeus said, "I bet." So he pretended to be a humble wine salesman who asked for an audience with the mighty supreme titan Kronos so that the great Kronos may sample his products. Kronos received Zeus, and since he believed he ate his son Zeus long ago, he had absolutely no reason to be suspicious of this wine merchant. Kronos drank the wine, but soon realized that something was wrong with it. He was feeling that throwing up urge coming on and excused himself to go get some privacy, which he could thanks to my sponsor Aura. Because with Aura, no one can infringe on your digital privacy anymore, which means no one can steal your social security to impersonate you or drive up your health insurance. No one can use your credit card to make these weird purchases, and even those spam calls and spam emails, no more. The reason all of this is happening in the first place is because data brokers are collecting your information and selling it to people with bad intentions. Aura, my sponsor, stops all of that, takes you off of thousands of data lists, and not just you, but also your entire family. And with my link, aura.com/briefed, you can try all Aura services for 14 days without charge. So basically, you can have Aura run a check on your digital security and get it all cleaned up. Think of it like a free health checkup with a doctor. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So click the link in the description and enjoy your digital peace thanks to Aura. But the truth is that after drinking the poisoned wine, Kronos didn't even make it to the bathroom for some privacy. Nah, he collapsed and spat out all of his children he had eaten right there in the throne room. Hera, Demeter, Hestia, Poseidon, and Hades. Each god and goddess had grown up to be powerful in Kronos' belly, surviving off of barbecuing his digested food or something. I don't know. But I do know that they had nothing but time on their side when they were in their time to build up their hatred against their father Kronos. So once they got out, they only had one thing on their mind: kill Kronos. But this was an away game. They were on the Titan's domain, where Kronos had many Titans by his side to protect him, including the powerful warrior Titan Atlas. The newly released weakened gods had to come up with a plan first, so they fled. They fled to Mount Olympus, where they followed the leadership of Zeus. And Zeus, he came up with a plan. Let's go back and start an all-out war with Dad and the Titans. Wait, that's your whole plan? We literally just... Could have just done that. Yep, that's the plan. Unsurprisingly, with the weakest plan of attack ever, the attack didn't go so well. The gods got stuck in a war against the Titans that lasted for 10 years. Since both sides were immortal, it was the ultimate war of attrition to see who could capture who first, like Pokemon. But the Titans were led by the mighty Atlas, who would not let any Titan fall into the hands of the gods, and so over time, the power of the Titans proved to be too much for the youth and inexperience of the gods. Simply put, the gods were losing the war until Zeus was like, we need a plan. Really, bro? Seriously? And so Zeus came up with an actual plan to free the Hecatoncheires and the Cyclopes from Tartarus. And for that, you might need some backstory. The giant 100-armed and 50-headed Hecatoncheires and the giant one-eyed Cyclops were brothers and sisters of the Titans. They were born to the same parents, the siblings Uranus and Gaia, but in their case, incest hit them a bit harder, hence the many heads and the one eye. Uranus was afraid of them and imprisoned his children in the depths of the underworld, Tartarus. And once he took the throne, Kronos and the Titans, they just kept him there. So that's where Zeus was headed, into Tartarus, to free the 3 Hecatoncheires and the 3 Cyclopes from their shackles. And once they were free, the siblings of Kronos only had one thing on their mind: to take the life of the man that let them suffer here, to kill Uranus. But then Zeus told them, actually, your brother Kronos chopped your dad Uranus's balls off and took over, but he kept you imprisoned because he said you're super ugly, all of you. So now, of course, the Hecatoncheires and the Cyclops only had one thing on their mind: kill Kronos. Luckily, the 3 Cyclopes were also masterful blacksmiths, so they outfitted each god with a powerful weapon. Zeus was granted his lightning bolt to call down mighty lightning strikes. Poseidon was given a trident that conjures up tidal waves and earthquakes, and Hades was given a helmet of invisibility to attack enemies out of nowhere and instill fear and panic. And Hera, Demeter, and Hestia, the sisters, they were given nothing because apparently the Cyclopes were super sexist. The might of the 3 Hecatoncheires and the 3 Cyclopes were the Titans' equal in strength, combined with the new mighty weapons of the gods. It completely changed the war. The 12 Titans had no answers. They were overwhelmed and ultimately lost the war. Zeus then imprisoned the Titans where they had once kept their siblings, in the depths of Tartarus, where they rot to this day, while Zeus took the throne, and just like his inbred father before him and his grandfather before him, Zeus married his sister Hera and had a bunch of inbred children with her, because what could possibly go wrong? But more on that in the coming episodes of Keeping Up with the Greek Gods.